The Pit Explained, Season 1, Episode 14, 8 p.m. The mass shooting at Pitt Fest is over. The shooter is dead, but the ER is still reeling. Robby, the attending physician, is 14 hours into his shift and emotionally shattered after failing to save his quasi-stepson's girlfriend last episode. McKay, a resident, destroyed her court-ordered ankle monitor during the crisis and hasn't answered the courthouse's calls. The staff are transitioning from combat zone medicine back to normal operations, but the emotional wreckage is just beginning.
This episode opens in the makeshift morgue. Whitaker, the medical student, goes in looking for blankets and finds Robby alone, reciting the Shema, a Jewish declaration of faith. He's broken after Leah's death last episode, and Whitaker has to talk him into coming back.
And no pep talk. Whitaker just tells Robby the team can't function without him. It works, but Robby's fragile all episode. Snapping at Gloria, losing his temper with a patient's mother later.
Almost immediately, a car crashes into the parking lot. The driver is Brian, a Navy corpsman who was shot in the leg at the festival, but stayed to help move dozens of people. He's brought an unconscious overdose victim, too, methemoglobinemia treated with methylene blue. But Brian is the one in real danger.
Right. His leg wound seemed minor, but hours of running with an open femoral vein sucked air into his bloodstream. Now there's a bubble trapped in his heart, blocking blood flow to his lungs.
Abbott diagnoses it and tells Mohan she's going to fix it, thread a pigtail catheter into the heart, and aspirate the air out. Walsh, the night surgeon, wants a CT in a hyperbaric chamber, but Abbott says Brian won't survive the wait.
Mohan threads into the right atrium, pulls out blood and air, then advances into the ventricle, triggering dangerous heart rhythms. But the air clears, rhythm stabilizes, and Brian comes back.
Abbott jokes it was too risky for him to do himself.
2 episodes in a row for Mohan. Craniotomy with an IO drill last week, now a heart catheter. How long has her arc been building?
All season. Then the big news. Gloria announces SWAT found the shooter dead near the river. Self-inflicted gunshot, AR-15 beside him. No more victims coming.
Which means David Saunders is not the shooter.
But the 302 hold still stands. David's hit lists and that Instagram post are real, even if he didn't pull a trigger. Robby and McKay sit down with him and he's furious, demanding to leave, demanding his mother.
And when Teresa comes in, she tells David she found the list, saw his post, and was terrified of losing him after watching shooting victims pour through this hospital all day. She signed the commitment petition out of love.
He can't hear it, tells everyone to get out, refuses any help. Robby blames McKay. David was handcuffed and dragged in by police instead of brought in gently, and she needs to fix what she started.
Exactly. The 302 might be justified, but the execution made everything worse. Then a new case arrives. A 13-year-old named Flynn, septic and hypoxic with a rash nobody can identify, until Robby walks in and says it's measles.
None of the younger doctors have ever seen a case. The sister Georgia tells them the family went to Orlando for a dance competition. She got sick first, but recovered. Flynn didn't. Robby suspects ADEM, a post-infection immune attack on the brain with a 20% death rate.
And the mother refuses the spinal tap they need to confirm it, based on what she's reading on her phone.
Exactly. The father wants the procedure, but the mother won't budge, even when Robby tells her there's zero risk of paralysis. These kids were never vaccinated, and Robby loses his temper and storms off.
But woven through all this are the quieter moments. Janie arrives and tells Robby that Jake loves him, not to blame himself. Mel breaks down after reuniting a shooting victim with her daughter.
And then the Whitaker scene. They talk about faith. Robby explains the Shema, says he and his grandmother recited it every morning. Whitaker responds with Isaiah, and then repeats advice Robby once gave him about accepting the hardships and finding balance.
The student giving the teacher's own words back to him. That hit hard.
But Dana and Abbott are privately worried. Dana says she's never seen Robby like this. Neither has Abbott.
And the episode ends with McKay's arrest. She admits she drilled a hole in her ankle monitor. Lena and Abbott protest, but the officers cuff her anyway.
She knew this was coming.
Patient care versus the legal system, and the legal system won.
Robby barely holding together. McKay arrested. Flynn's brain may be under attack. His mother won't allow the test.